Hello everyone. Today we're going to be exploring the curve tools, and we're going to be also making some surfaces using those curves. Let me start out by tearing off one of these menus. Let's see, create curve tools. Just tear that off over here. Now we have the CV curve tool, EP curve tool, Bezier, pencil curve tool, 3-point circular arc, 2-point circular arc. We're really going to be more concerned with these two, but more specifically the EP curve tool. While the CV curve tool does everything that the EP curve tool does, it's not quite as efficient, so we're going to go with the EP curve tool instead. Now, right now we are in front orthographic view. I prefer doing my curves in orthographic as opposed to the perspective. Sometimes you don't have the same control here, and your curves can get a little bit wonky. And we kind of want them placed, well, as close to the origin as possible generally, especially if you're going to be doing any additional functions. This is partly because any curve that you create is automatically going to have a rotation point at 0, 0, 0 at the origin. All right, so all right, EP curve tool. I'm going to just click. As you see, we can just kind of make it. I'm holding down right now on the left mouse, so we can kind of place that wherever. We see how everything is reacting as a result. So let's see. Let me draw a couple of more. All right, I just hit Q for select mode. Now we can do whatever we want with this thing. We could scale it, we could rotate it, we could move it. But I'm more interested in editing it at this point, so I'm going to hold down my right mouse. And once we have curve points, we have object mode, control vertex. Now that's the one that we're concerned with. All right, so let's say I just select one of these. I could hit W. I can move the thing around wherever I like. Let's see, I think up and down on the keyboard I can actually move down, up, and I can move down the line. So that's kind of cool too. Don't ever forget that, especially if you're doing something a little bit complex. All right, so here we are. We can move this around. We could also rotate it. Let's see. I thought we could. Let's see. Could we scale it? All right. And grab that one and grab that one. Now I can rotate it. You need more than one selected. All right, so we can also do the scale too. Do a uniform scale. We could close a shape with that. That's an additional function. Let's see, I believe it's under curves. Open, close, right there. It doesn't do it automatically. A lot of other graphics programs do, especially Illustrator. So, but the tools are very similar in most other regards. So let's see. I'm just going to delete this. So the first thing I'm going to do is with the EB Curve tool, I am going to make a wine glass using a revolve function. And this is a very, very efficient and quick way to create something like this, especially with radial symmetry. So I'm going to hold down X, and that will actually snap to the grid. I'm going to snap over here, snap over there. Once again, holding down X the whole time I'm doing this. Now I'm not going to hold down X. I need to be a little bit more accurate here. So we're now making the inside of the glass. I kind of want it to be fairly even. All right, I think that's good enough. Now let's see. Yeah, we'll just click there. Okay. So now we have that shape. Now I'm going to go under surfaces. Let me just tear this off. Let's move it over here. So we're concerned with the first few here. Maybe extrude. Let's do revolve. Okay. I think you see what happened here. Let's see. I'm going to hit spacebar. I'm going to go to perspective mode and check this thing out. So there's our shape. Now this is actually made of NURBS curves, so it's actually not made of polygons. When we're done with it, we're going to have to do a convert function. It's really easy. But you know what? I'm not actually very pleased with this. Part of the reason is if you look at the stem, I mean, that's just poor modeling all the way around. So what are we going to do here? Let's hit spacebar. We're going to go back here. I'm going to select the curve. And I am now going to hold down right mouse, control vertices. Let's see. Actually, okay, we move this one. All right, let me hit space bar. Oh, okay. I guess we deleted that. Let me redo it then. All right, object mode. We will do revolve, and there. It's much better now that we fixed the curve. And hit spacebar here. So one thing though that we can actually do is actually edit the curve and edit the shape at the same time. Now this can't be done once the history is deleted, just so you're aware of that. But this is a completely valid way to animate something as well. So, all right, so I selected that curve point. I can now move it out. Grab this one up here. It's actually kind of cool. Now, keep in mind if I would have revolved this maybe in the wrong direction, maybe it would have turned out like a frisbee or some other weird shape. So be aware of that. Let's see. So let's say we wanted to use this, convert this to a polygon. So select it, modify, convert, very first one, NURBS to polygons, click. Now, it made it on top of the other one, so we're going to hit W to move it. Just move it off to the side. There's the original. Here's the new one. Original, no polygons at all because it's not a polygon. Model, this is 920 faces. So we could have gone under the options. We could have probably either made this more complex or less complex, but we'll leave that for another time. Let me just delete these for us. Delete, delete. We got our line there. Let's just get rid of that again. Okay, so let's play around with the loft function. Now, I use this in a couple different ways. I'm going to demonstrate it using NURBS first. So NURBS are basically made of the curves that we've been making. So you make your shapes and everything out of curves as opposed to polygons. It's a very efficient way of modeling, depending upon what you're doing. So up here, create, let's see, let's just pull this off. So you see we have NURBS primitives, we have polygon primitives, volume primitives, and we have our curve tools. So just to demonstrate this, I'm just going to grab a circle for us. You put it right there. I'm going to hit spacebar. Let's go right there. So we can see where that is. Now we're going to make a curve that extends from it. So we'll grab EP Curve Tool. Click right there. I'm going to make something a little more complex than a straight line to demonstrate this. All right, so there we go. We hit spacebar, go back over here, perspective mode. All right, so I will select the NURBS shape, the NURBS circle. Then I will select our curve, and I'm going to hit loft. Oh, interesting. So order is important. I think I actually did it in the wrong order. Let me try again. Curve, shape, loft. Oh, that's the loft. I actually want to do extrude. What am I thinking? Here we go. Extrude. Whoa, that's crazy. It's not really what I wanted either, to be honest with you. All right, so let's grab that, extrude. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Let's see. Under here, under extrude, here we are. in our channel box editor under our inputs. As long as the history is not deleted, we have this to mess with. So let's see. I have scale selected. I'm not going to move on my middle mouse. Oh, so it actually tapers it at the end. That's a separate function if we did this with polygons, which we'll do in just a moment. But let's say you want to make some antlers, you want to make a horn, you want to make a cable. This is a very good way to do it. So let's see, rotation, length, direction. Let's see, we'll try rotation, just see what happens. Oh, okay, whoa, nice. Okay, I'm gonna hit Control Z, get this back. Oh, there we go. All right, now that we've done that with the NURBS, let's demonstrate with polygons. So here we go, create polygon primitives. We're going to do a cube. It's right there. Orthographic mode, we're going to go to front mode, and we are going to draw the curve. Let's see, here we are, EP curve tool. We're going to draw it as close as we can to the face that we're extruding from. So do something similar to what we did before. Okay, good enough. All right, perspective mode, select the face. Okay, so this is important. So if I just selected that and then hit Control E to extrude it, it doesn't actually work. We're actually extruding a face. So we need to hold down right mouse, go to face. Now we select the face, then we select the curve. Then we hit, I'm gonna hit Control E for extrude, and there we go. Now it looks like it didn't accomplish very much. It's very blocky and yeah, not so great. Now if we go up here to divisions though, and we start adding divisions, you see how it adapts to the curve, adding more in there. So let's take the divisions down a little bit. 10 is probably good enough for us. 11 it is. All right, so let's see. Over here in the channel box, we're going to go to Poly Extrude Face, where there's going to be some more options available for us. So once again, there's our divisions. We can mess with that again. We have Twist. That's kind of cool too. So you can see how that could be used. It's definitely, or especially when you're doing something asymmetrical. But we're interested in the taper. So we increase the taper. It starts to look like a tuba or something, or a horn. We go in the other direction. It's more like a, antler or a spike or a blade of grass or something like that. All right, let's get rid of this. Okay, so we've done the loft. Oh, actually, we haven't really spent too much time in the loft. Let's do that now. All right, so delete that. I'm gonna go into orthographic mode, into front view. I'm gonna grab the EP curve tool. I'm going to actually hold down X. I'd like this to be symmetrical. Hit enter, there we go. All right, so we have our outliner available to us over here. I'm going to hit Control D, duplicate this. Now I'm going to hit R, and I'm going to scale this thing up. I'm going to do the same thing again. Control D, R. See, let's do one more. Control D, R. Okay. Let's go into perspective mode. We'll see that these things are all lined up with each other, which isn't really helpful for a loft function. So the loft is going to create a surface using these curves, going from one curve to the next. So let me just move them around, kind of demonstrate what's going to happen here. Now this can be done with closed shapes as well, in case you want to make a NURB circle, multiply it a few times. So let's see. I am going to select them in the order that I want them lofted. Now I'll just hit loft. All right, so I'm going to hit rebuild direction, or reverse direction. There we go. Our lovely shape. It looks kind of like an igloo. So once again though, as long as the history has not been deleted, We can go to a control vertices. We can just grab them and we can move them around to edit this thing further. Nice, right? Okay, so that's been demonstrated. Let me delete that. Get rid of those.